Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch on My Reviews. This is your boy James. I'm here to give my honest review. I'm trying to watch my not gonna happen in this video, but hey, as I said, we always will live to fight another day. And Married to Medicine, y'all, they didn't need this third part. They literally just went over the same shit they did like the last two episodes, the last reunion part 1 and 2. This is just reiterating everything that happened again. So I'm not gonna cover everything because it was really stupid for them to do this. They were just wasting people's time. So going into that, I want to introduce my co-host because I forgot to do it, Mrs. Beth. She is here, y'all. Her information is in my description box. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. Any videos that I do not do on my channel, she definitely does on her channel. Coming up, we have Martha's House Summer House Martha's Vineyard. She will be doing that on her channel. Y'all know, if y'all saw season 1, I acted a straight fool on this show because I did not believe any of this shit. Y'all go watch that because y'all gonna want to, trust me, because season 2 look like it's going to give me exactly what season 1 gave, but worse. I have opinions on some of, not if not all of the cast members. I have certain opinions and I don't think I am wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think I know exactly what I'm looking at when it comes to some of them. So make sure you guys catch that. So Bravo, this show's called Married to Medicine. This is season 10 reunion part 3. Bravo and that call center. I'm gonna call y'all out. We did not need this. We did not need this third part. If y'all were not going to play what all of the cast members online on social media are saying happened in the reunion, what the fuck was the point of posting this? What was the point of this? Apparently, there was a whole lot more that has happened that y'all could have played that would have made things way more interesting. But you didn't. Y'all were too focused on Apollo being here. Y'all were too focused on that. Too focused on the group and this whole dynamic. So, I don't know what to give y'all. For my viewing audience, I don't know what to give you. Because they didn't cover anything new. So let's go ahead and open it up with Apollo, since that's what that was supposed to be the wow factor, which really was not no shock to me. It really wasn't. So Apollo shows up. Everyone is shocked that he is there. I am not, because that was Phaedra doing a checkmate to make sure she comes back next season. We already knew what that was. Let me tell you something about Phaedra. Phaedra knows how to play the game. I think Phaedra is an amazing gambler. I do. I think Phaedra, anytime she goes to a casino, she wins big money. I do. I feel like Phaedra has won $1 million off a slot machine. You couldn't tell me different. Phaedra knows exactly what she's doing by bringing Apollo on there. Because one, it got us all talking. Everybody is saying, I guarantee you they are still fucking, allegedly. I just say allegedly on my channel. But everyone's talking about Common Day was giving fuck energy, which they were, absolutely. They were giving all type of vibes. Of he still got her back when that situation came up, and we're gonna talk about that in just a second. But when the way he chested up to Dr. G, I was like, that's no longer your wife, sir. What are you doing?
No, that's the mother of his kids, and other men should take note. The fuck y'all thought? That's the mother of their kids. I do not care if you was once married without abuse or any crazy shit, or if you got a kid with a motherfucker, they damn well you are your family, even when you're done. So defend it.
I'm done with some.
Absolutely, Apollo.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I ain't got nothing for you. I'm gonna say, God, I want God to bless you. I wish you all the success. And if you was black and if I dated you was the one of the black ones, I wish you all of the black excellence this life can give you, because they short us a lot of the time.
He said one of the
But
black ones.
yeah, if you was one of the black ones, then yes, I want you to be blessed with anything this life can give you, because life can be so unfair to us, even just by trials. It even have to be the tribulations, just by
The
trials.
men on Married to Medicine, though, Apollo was within his right. That's the mother of his kids, and Phaedra's up there alone without a man. Yeah, I feel like the men on Married to Medicine this season, with the exception of Curtis, because he's always in the DR with who knows who, and yeah, with the exception of Curtis, these men have been too comfortable commenting to women. If there's husbands there and you got something to say about somebody's wife, say it to the husband, not to the woman. I feel it. And Dr. G, needs to be checked always. We know that from seeing him for what we got him for 7 seasons. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Absolutely. So the show opens up with Andy just being so happy to see Apollo. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought Andy would have been down. I promise you. Because I was like, Apollo, I gotta get up out my chair. Apollo, look at you. Let me hug you. And oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. And it was like, Andy, if you don't get off that man dick, like the hell's wrong with you? Like,
dick riding.
I mean, damn. It is not that fucking serious. But
So you
Andy,
do realize he's a criminal who went to jail for doing some like stuff
right?
that wasn't the greatest.
Like, ain't nobody finna. Look, I'm not finna do this with Andy. But Andy was asking Apollo all kind of questions. Like how long did you do in the joint? He probably said the joint. I said, Andy, just say prison. Just say prison. So
We
he
know that he was away. We know how long he was away too. So why are you asking questions that the public knows?
you have a little bit of echo on your side. But in terms with that, I want to also say it was funny when he brought up Joe Judice because they were in the same prison. I guess there was some, you know, prison confliction because Apollo was in solitary for 100 days. So I was like, oh, what happened here? Touch base. That I did want to know. I wanted to know that tea. Like, who was being solitary for Apollo? Just saying. Just saying. I'm messy, y'all. Don't mind. Don't pay me no mind. So then the conversation then comes up to Dr. G and Phaedra and this $4,000, whether she asked for it or not. And Dr. G, I have to give it to him because for those of y'all who don't study psychology and know what psychiatrists do, let me kind of give y'all a game. All he had to say was when. All he had to ask us when did she ask me? You asked us on our second date. We were at this restaurant and you told me the qualifications of being with you is I have to give you this. He had to give a whole story and monologue of how that shit went down when we didn't need all of that. To me, you were trying to confuse people, and that's what you did. Everybody was trying to put the math together, and it was like it's very simple. She didn't ask him like that. What she probably said was, hey, to keep me afloat, $4,000 is what I spend on myself, and it's leisure money. Like I said in the last recap, I said that. I said it has to be for leisure because I don't see her asking. It's not like she behind on bills because I feel like Phaedra's always paid the bills. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like she always had money to pay the bills. I feel like she always had money to do what she wants to do, and this is what it costs her to do those things. She likes to travel. She probably likes expensive clothes here and there. So that's what I really feel like that's what she was asking for. And I do agree with um, everyone saying that that was just, for leisure. And because that's what it sounded like to me when she said it. What do you think?
I just, I'm still wondering why Apollo was there for this. But yeah, let me tell y'all, psychiatrists and anybody with a degree in psychology or working in psychology are the people who can be the they can align heavily with the characteristic trait or a way of processing things cognitively of the very things that they are helping others to cure. They're still human,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Uh, Dr. G is, we'll get to him a little later because I have some comments, but Dr. G is a liar. I, I can tell. Anybody can tell. He knows. His wife knows. Claude knows. The whole cast knows. Dr. G is a liar. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And for me, I'm just going to say this. I kind of felt like, once again, I think he didn't realize how he said the $4,000 a month when he was telling Quad. I feel like he was telling her just to kind of bait her in to say, "You're not like Phaedra." She was asking me for this kind of money. And the same thing with Sweet Tea when it came to that probably being a part of the conversation. I felt like he told them both that to kind of say that y'all are nothing like her. She asked me for this money every month. I could afford to pay her and all this. Because even hearing both of them tell the world that, like, yeah, he definitely told her that. It was like, no, you tried to play up and make it seem like she was just gold digging. When really what she's saying, this is her fee to, for
It's
leisure.
like Phaedra has in a field, seems responsible and has had her own. for a while. I'm not saying she was rich, but I think that she's been financially stable for a while with her businesses, her law degree, all of that. You got money yourself, you're not gold digging. I think she just wants to make sure the person she's with is not going to use her for her assets, accolades, and the things that she has.
I agree.
4,000 a month, if that's what she would hope somebody would make to be with her, then that's what it would take. But it's weird that it keeps coming up. It's come up in every part of the reunion.
It
Who
has.
cares if
Like
this
who
man is
cares?
married and she's not interested?
Right. Like obviously the relationship, because she asked him, "Did anything sexually happen?" Since he goes, "No." He goes, "In my head, I wish it did," or something. Like, some shit he was saying. It was like, dude, turn that shit off. Like, just turn it off. It's either
Listen,
a
I just want to
yes
say
or
this
no.
on behalf of wives. Sweet Tea, we are the exact same age. Girl, we was both born in 1992. What the fuck is wrong with you, sis? And I'm not getting at her for her looks. If my niggas say to me, like, they wish something could have happened with another bitch while you married to me on a show that I'm already dealing with scrutiny from because I'm the new wife and there's an ex. Like the shit that Greg said just shows he has absolutely zero respect for Sweet Tea as an individual.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100% because there's no way you could look me in my face or even sit behind me and say the shit that he said and I wouldn't have jumped over that couch. There's absolutely no way. Like that the shit he said, I'm gonna get to shit with Quad in a minute. But the shit he said, like it was like, okay, so do you want a chance with Phaedra right now? Is that what we like? What the hell are we talking about here? Like I'd have turned around and be like, wait, what is you talking about? Because you sound like you want to give her the $4,000 now so you can go and see what it's like. That's what it sounded like to me.
He settled.
Mm.
And I'm not saying the settle that he settled as an insult to Sweet Tea. I know people like to joke about it. I'm saying though he's settled. I
No,
don't
I
feel
agree with you.
this is the person that he really would have wanted to be with. But I think that Dr. G has issues within his own self, which we'll get to also in a bit. Um, he definitely settled. I think also, and here's where age comes into play, and Sweet Tea don't see it yet for some reason. That man is somebody's leftovers for a reason. It didn't work with people for a reason. I don't know why she likes to think that she's going to be different or something, but
And that's why I said I need to look at this Facebook support group, whatever this shit is, because to me, there's no way that they teach y'all that this is the upper echelon esque of what you need to do to get you a rich man or something. Like, there's no way that y'all really sat down there and thought, okay, what about psychology reasons? He's gonna think he knows everything. Like, y'all have to come on, like, because there's no way she went into this blindly like this. Like, there's no way, because that's what it's giving. It's giving she went into the shit blind for you not to. I mean, come on. That's all I'm gonna say. But moving on, y'all. As I said, I'm not gonna talk about everything because, as I said, this was a waste of time. The other thing I'm gonna talk about is the trip to Hilton Head and how that is brought up. And Heavenly said that Simone is hard headed, which she is. She wanted Heavenly's wish for Simone was to take in consideration of how Jackie feels. And Simone was like, I saw her face when we were sitting down here and I text her to say, are you okay? And Dr. Alicia brought up a good point. She said, I'm not taking Heavenly's side, but hear me out. If you do that and everyone's telling you why this plays and this is a sore subject, why didn't you change it? She said, I couldn't change it. And she goes, we could have done anything. We
you
could have went
own a
anywhere.
medical practice, multiple homes. You just purchased those spoiled ass lazy sons a condo for them to live in, where they are not required, one of them to pay rent for 2 years and the other for a year. In addition to that, you have the salary from this paycheck and the invisible houses that Cecil is selling. So you cannot sit here and say that you cannot change a reservation. As a poor person, well, not poor, but still, as a probably average middle class citizen, without airing out all my business, like I can afford to change a trip. I actually just recently had to do that. for a trip. I'm going to Hawaii again, y'all. Hey, but I had to change my hotel and my plane ticket, which I was able to do. Now, sometimes you'll have to pay a fee, especially with like cruise lines, things like that. But it's usually like 50, $100, not nothing too crazy. You can change your trip with no issue. And I can't see people on this show with that statue not paying to get the refundable, there's always a refundable room, non-refundable room, time frames to cancel and things like that. So Simone's full of shit. And if
She
you
really
know her
is, and
20
it's
years
like,
and you have the money, why not pay whatever or take the money as a loss and just
or
go
why
find
not
something
say,
else?
hey, why not send a group text to everybody? Say, hey, look, I didn't realize in the moment what I had just did. So how about we all contribute $500, and I go and book us an Airbnb in like a Biloxi or Nemacolin or somewhere where it's going to be an adventurous time for the other couples. Like do it like that. Like you could have easily did that because I'm sure all of them are not hurting for $500. So,
Oh, Toya and Eugene, Mike, they threw a fit over 1,000. Shit.
but I'm
And
just
they didn't
saying,
really talk
like
about that too much, which
they
bothered
did
me.
it, and yeah, like
Like, are we not gonna call out these cheap motherfuckers? I'm just
yeah, like for real. But
Lord.
no, but I'm just saying she could have easily did that. Like a trip to Biloxi or a trip to Nemacolin does not cost that much. And y'all got it. It's not like you don't have the money. So it's like, no, Simone, you want it to be messy. That's why that person, whoever commented on Heavenly's channel, that next season they should do a weekend jump to Tammy's house next season, I
Yep,
fucking holler because that's exactly what they should do
yep.
because you were being messy. Sorry, I told you I went back and forth with this with Mrs. Best as well. I went back and forth. I said originally I didn't feel like Simone was being malicious, but the fact that she didn't change the trip and not consider Jackie's friendship first, then I was like, nah, she wrong. She's wrong.
My thing is, if I got a friendship with somebody that is been strong for 10 plus years,
Hmm.
it shouldn't have even got to the point where it was booked. That's my opinion. If my best friend is upset because of something that was literally about to cause a breakup or is going through a breakup, like I'm not going to be like, hey, let's go visit this city where you've had all these memories, or let's go visit this city that was publicly known to be. There's so much of a risk. Like tabloids could have caught the cast going there for the cast trip. That could have been, leaked or been a thing to remind the whole world again. It was just wrong to even do it. And my thing about that is just because it brings now the public has been reminded that Jackie's been cheated on, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be reminded of that, even though she has to live with it. Simone ain't a friend to nobody. This whole show, she's had beef at one point with everybody on the cast, and she just hops to the next friend. She ran out of people because Heavenly don't trust her. Jackie keeps her at a distance now, even though they're kind of back cool. The only people who really mess with her are new cast members and Toya. And that's not good when
But
Toya's the only
see, and
person that
that's the
messes with
thing
you.
about Simone, because Heavenly made a great point. It was, and no, and what Simone said, and this is really what the problem is. Simone is mad that Heavenly and Jackie got close.
Mm-hmm. And
That is
shouldn't
really
have
what you're.
fucked your friend over with both
That's really what this is about. Yeah, that's really what this is about. This is about you being mad that Heavenly sits in the chair you used to sit at in Jackie's life,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's like, bam, get over that and start a new friendship. You can't have what you had because the trust is gone. Start new. Build a new friendship. That's all you can do. But for you to carry on this facade saying that I've known this lady since the late 90s, we had a friendship way before this platform. And it was like, none of that matters anymore because that's not where you're at today.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not where you are at today. Where you are at today is in a situation where you booked a trip in a place where your friend had a horrible situation that, and instead of you saying, oh my god, even if you did not know, I'll even give you this grace, even if you did not remember at the time when you were booking the trip, you could have said after it was revealed to you, you could have said, okay, we ain't going there. Because there's no way I would do that to Mrs. Bashaw. There's no way I would do that to her. If she told me, she goes, hey, James, look, me and him got into it at this place. I can't go to, oh, I forgot. I'm canceling it right now. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm grabbing my computer. I'm canceling that shit immediately. Simone had a phone there. She could be like, "Oh, let me cancel this." I'm so sorry. I forgot, friend. You know
Here's
I
where
would never
Simone
fuck
fucked
that.
up too. The whole cast told you. I know you just said this, but the whole cast told you that's a problem and was like, ooh. So if the cast is like, ooh, don't you think the person who has the negative memory is going to be that way? So you don't even have to be close with Jackie to know that that was fucked up. But that's why her overbite just keeps growing.
I'm not doing this with you because I was gonna leave that woman her teeth alone. Now here you go. I
I
said I
don't
was
know
gonna
why
leave that
they
woman her
put a
teeth.
retainer on that shit or something. I don't.
Anyways, y'all, okay, so then the conversation then turns to Jackie needing to speak up more for herself, and I 100% agree with that. I think Jackie does need to speak up more because the fact that you were just so poised and just quiet, you gave maybe a sassy look, but didn't speak up for yourself. Because I'd have told someone, absolutely not. Well, if you want to go on a trip, then you go, and everybody else can go with you. I ain't sitting this one out. Then. So That's what Jackie needed to do, and I'm getting sick of Jackie getting this free pass.
That's why I've said for seasons. I've said this since season 3. Why is this lady on the show? And I feel like the only thing that made people slightly interested in Jackie was that she was willing to share her experience of what she went through with Curtis. But if you getting cheated on by your man is what I gotta watch, and it's essentially what every person goes through, regardless of your sexuality and all that.
Insane.
Like I don't need to see that shit. So I don't know. Jackie bores me. I understand she's medicine, but the person who's married to Medicine Curtis is in the DR so much that someone was pointing out on the Facebook group for Married to Medicine that, like, apparently, allegedly, they're separated but come together for the show and stay together because they're
I
both
believe it.
older. Yeah, I believe that too.
I
So
believe it. Just because it was the way she waved at him when they were. I think it was. I think it was part two when the men showed up. She had looked in the room and saw him and just waved at him, versus saying "Hey" or giving him a kiss and all that kind of stuff. She just waved at him. So it was like, oh yeah, something going on there. Something is going on there because why are you just waving at him and not going up to him, giving him a kiss, and being intimate or doing something where he at least knows, you see him. It was weird. It was definitely weird, and I don't know. But moving on from there, they what else did they kept going around. So they asked Dr. G, because he had mentioned that it's going to be hard for him to be in a room with Quad, especially because they just had a flashback of all these memories. And so they did a wellness check to say, "Hey, how are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm good. I'm in a great space. I hate to see some of that because me and her had I have moved on. I have a beautiful wife. I have a caring wife. She can cook and saying a whole bunch of shit that didn't even matter. What the hell that got to do with what we talking about? We're
he
asking him, "Are
also
you
didn't say
okay?"
anything about sweet tea that really counted and keeps a connection.
No.
Because you can go get good food from a beautiful woman anywhere, darling.
Like I say, you always keep one of them, and Phaedra looked her up and down like,
Because
because
it's
they know, because
true.
they know exactly, they know.
Listen, Quad would never not dare come on camera making spaghetti. Though sweet tea spaghetti did look good,
It did. Her
but
chicken adobo did too. That actually looked authentic. I was like, oh,
Quad
she.
would have had her eating chicken cordon bleu with I'm telling you, she the hood Gordon Ramsay just out of Memphis. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I want to eat Quad's food, y'all. Can you tell?
Her cook. I looked at a couple of recipes. I'm gonna try some. Her greens especially because I'm curious. But and to me, I just feel like what I'm looking at here, and I hate to agree with Dr. because I don't want to see the demise of anybody's marriage, but I feel like I see what Dr. Headley's talking about now. I do. I feel like he has not changed in a way to where the relationship is not all about what he does for you and what you do for him. Like it's always measured in weight when it comes to him. And marriages, guys, let me tell y'all something. I'm not married, but I know, and Mrs. Best can co-sign to this. It's not about what each other does for the next person. Y'all are a team.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes they have to do it. It's
Yep.
never should be, oh well, I provide, I pay all the bills. She cook. Like when they were talking about that scene where he had to take the garbage out, and it was like, You mean tell me that whole time Quaddy was married to you, he didn't take the fucking garbage out?
I just looked at somebody just sent me something on the Facebook group now about Married to Medicine. Dr. G said he thinks he could be happy with Sweet Tea, but he never said during the season or reunion that he actually was happy. I thought that was interesting just because it's a good
That's a good
catch.
point. Yeah,
I did
that's a
not
good point.
catch that.
I didn't
So
either because I didn't
shout
pay
out to
attention.
you.
When I tell you I watched this 3 times and didn't pay attention not one time because I kind of felt like they were just talking about the same old shit.
Yeah.
Same old shit. That was it. It was mainly focused on Quad and Dr. G, some of Heavenly, because Heavenly, that shit was funny when Heavenly tapped Dr. Jackie's knee when her and Sweet Tea were going out. She said, "Get her, Jackie, go and get her." I was hollering. I said, "Wait." Jackie was so confused. She's like, "What you talking about?" I said, "Come on, Heavenly. Now you know you
That's
wrong."
because Jackie, I guarantee you, Jackie be talking shit
Mm-hmm.
with Heavenly because she know that's a safe space. At least, like if you are really Heavenly's friend, she will have your back. That's why I was pissed off with Contessa. So
Please don't bring that up because that I just thought about that in my head. I literally just thought about Contessa in my head. Because they followed each other back now, and I know that Heavenly said that they are texting again. So
I
I don't.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either because when it come push come to shove, when it comes to her marriage and what's right, she gonna choose the wrong side each time because there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way I would be texting with Contessa again. Contessa would have my old ass kids, but I think Heavenly said that she checked on her after the Buffy situation. That's what made her do it.
Mm.
So yeah. But anyways, y'all, that was pretty much it. Is there anything you want to touch base? I know you had some comments about Dr. G. Is there anything you want to touch on
Yeah.
besides?
So most of the tea for this reunion, for those who are unsure, actually came off of the reunion from Heavily. And one of the most compelling things I heard that also concerned me is apparently, remember at the reunion years ago when Quad and Dr. G was separating, they thought they could have them talking and work out, but it didn't. She said, Gregory, you pushed me to the ground. Uh, apparently he's abusive. And I've always thought this about Dr. G. I've always thought this. I'm going to say allegedly, this is coming from Dr. Heavenly's Patreon. But she says that what was not filmed at this reunion is the explanation and the conversation between Dr. G and Quad, where it came up that part of the reason she doesn't fuck with the group is because they were not supportive of her during her divorce, which is why I guess they found out that she was being abused, like genuinely being abused by
Mm-hmm.
Dr. G. And what did Heavenly say on her Patreon? She said, if I would have known that at that time, you wouldn't have made those comments, played with the marriage, or even been okay with him coming back on the show. Uh, so I guess there's a lot within the marriage that Quad did not tell them. And now I'm looking at production like, okay, this has come out, it's been filmed. We don't need Dr. G and Sweet Tea back unless you guys are just trying to watch this lady and hope that some of the same things that happened to Quad happen to her. But I'm looking at the networks. I just wanted to say that publicly. Like, what the
And you
hell?
know what? That does bring up a good point when you kind of think of it being a physically abusive relationship, kind of Quad's mouth saying, because I remember her when they had to do that face to face a couple of reunions back where she said that he slammed her on the ground. He took the car battery out of her car so she couldn't leave. He suffocated her, covered her mouth and everything.
Yeah.
So for me, I remember her saying all those things. And I just remember thinking to myself, well, damn, it's even worse than I thought. And a lot of people were championing behind him. I remember a lot of people was like, Quad really didn't love him at all. Quad did just want to be with
It
him for
doesn't
money.
give
She
you
didn't
the
want to give him
right
a
to put
relationship.
your hands on somebody. And that's what
Exactly.
you Nimrods don't get until it happened to you.
I just for people who really was championing behind him and was like, well, I didn't want to give him this and that. What would that have done?
Now we know why she didn't want to give him a
I
baby.
wouldn't want to give him one either. I wouldn't.
No.
He wouldn't even listen. After the first fight, when you put your hands on me, we're pretty much done.
Yeah, there's no coming back from
There's no
that.
coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from you putting your hands on someone and thinking that things are going to be okay. There's no coming back from that.
It's
So you
even
must be
worse with man to woman. I'm going to say that. Yes, the fuck it is because men are just built stronger than a woman. So no matter how
right.
good or scrappy we are, they're going to dominate essentially in a fight. So Yeah, Dr. G. I don't know why they wouldn't air that. But the last thing I want to say also is, though I don't like Sweet Tea, because I just don't feel she blends with this group. I also feel she's thirsty and found this man just to be on TV. I don't think it's right what production and the cast, well, not even the cast. I don't think it's right what production's done. You knew bringing this woman on that there was going to be a lot of comparisons, and it seems to have been a season where, from the cast to the people watching to the bloggers, everybody, including myself, done through shade at her. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, she has this coming at her from every direction. And then she's with somebody who is allegedly abusive and demonstrating the exact same patterns that he did in this past relationship, which people who are abusive do. So I don't know. I just want to say, I don't care for Sweet Too. I do hope that she is okay in the relationship. And if she's not, there's no prenup. Stay in that shit for a year to 3 years, girl, and get your money. The you know, it's somebody said all things dream. Welcome. She said
Welcome.
first
Thank you
time
for joining
here.
us.
Sweet Tea should not have joined the show. She shouldn't. But
No.
that's her thirst. Because why would you want to go where you're on a show that
Well,
your
and that's
husband's
the thing. I
ex-wife?
need to look at this support group that she said she was in on Facebook, whatever that shit was on the first two episodes where there's a support group for women who date older men. I need someone needs to send me that so I can see what the conversation is between these women. Because this seems like somebody who saw an opportunity to get on TV, jumped in someone's DMs, and he caught the bait, and now you the fish. Like that's exactly what this seems like to me. This does not seem like you really was, randomly found this person and was like, yes. Because how would you know to throw a baby emoji and all these things in the DM if you never watched this show?
You watch the show.
You watched the show. You knew this what this man wanted. She talked about I
Mhm.
wanted to settle down, have a family, and everything like that. And it was like, well, why would that be your lead? That's so crazy to me. So, yeah, I agree with you. All things dreams. I do not think that she should have joined this show. I think this was definitely I think it was a sugar, but it was something. I don't know what it was. It was something, but to me, that's a crazy thing to have in today's time. That's a crazy thing to have
We had
and be a
multiple
part of.
Dr. Phil episodes. There's Sugar Baby websites, support groups, Reddit threads.
Why do y'all need a support
It's
group?
weird.
That's weird as hell to me. Why do y'all need a support group to? No,
I
that's
don't need a
not.
support group to be with my man, sleep with my man, whatever the hell I
But
got to do.
apparently
I
you
don't need a
do, and
support
you
group for it.
25 years younger than the one you with. So apparently you do. Apparently. But my thing is this: all jokes and bullshit aside, I really hope that she does not have to endure what Quad had to endure, because she does give me that she'll suffer in silence. She does
She
give me
does.
that,
She does.
and my heart would hurt for her if that's really what if she would go through. But I don't think she should be here next season. I really think that they should terminate her contract and
Yeah.
let them live off life however it goes. Because I don't want to see them next season. I don't want to see half these people next season because I feel like, and if anything, if they're going to keep Dr. Alicia, then give her Sweet Tea's contract. We are going to keep her.
Yeah, because Heavenly also said on her Patreon that Dr. Alicia was just having her husband's back, but apparently she be cussing that nigga out. They
Oh,
caught
she
some
don't
of
cuss.
it on camera.
No, she look like I call her Doctor Goofy, but she do look like at some point she don't take all that shit. She look like she do give it back to him.
Yep.
But you know, but to see her sit up there and was like, I know he was joking. It was like, girl, if you don't cut that shit, I know he wasn't. No, he was not joking.
I don't care how funny my husband is either. Don't make no fucking jokes about me
And then
like
her,
listening or
and then her talking about, and this was another goofy thing she said on the thing. Now that I'm remembering the episode, she also has said that her husband's an oral surgeon. She is a dentist practitioner, or whatever she said. She said that they've seen experience with people who give oral and what it does to your mouth and everything. And I'm sitting over here looking at her like, so you just gonna say anything at this
he
point,
said TMI to those under 18, leave the video.
right?
I'm going to speak for a lot of Americans when I say this. I don't give a flying fuck I'm gonna brush my teeth every day. I'm gonna use Listerine. I'm gonna do that shit when I wake up. I'm gonna do it when I go to bed. But I'm still gonna use. He's still gonna know what that mouth do. People are still gonna have oral sex. So you're telling me that because you're physicians, you're just not gonna have
I'm
oral
trying to
sex?
figure
That's
out
pretty
what him
nasty
giving
too.
what. So speaking of that too, parents, if you have kids around, make sure you either mute the video or go into another room. I'm trying to figure out how that messes up his oral health. Him doing it to you.
Because I actually learned, and my doctor, shout out to Dr. Vo out here in the Bay, but she had told me at one time, just randomly, she's like, I hope you guys engage in oral sex is healthy because the enzymes and all the stuff
Yeah.
that's in, it's good for gut health for men. So,
Hmm.
so the men out there,
Yeah, your natural serum because
in the
when
box.
you're yeah
Good for you.
when you're pregnant with us, yes, that's what we're getting. So it's like yes, like hello, that's so stupid. Like that's she's so goofy. Like I could like the fact that she actually came up with an explanation, and it was the dumbest explanation I have ever heard in my life. Because ma'am, let me explain
After
something to you.
commenting, though, about how she likes to be at home with her kids,
Right.
primarily. But now,
Because according to Dr. Heavenly, she doesn't practice dentistry right now. She focuses more on real estate. Dr. Heavenly said on her channel before she took it down that Dr. Alicia doesn't practice dentistry. She says that she didn't like it, so she doesn't do it right now. I'm sorry, but I'm
do
not gonna
y'all
pay
know
all
the
that.
money that
Yeah, I'm
dentists?
not gonna pay all that money. When I tried to do it, I was they was talking like 120. I said, "Oh no, you can cancel my because when you study forensic science, that does add an extra 100 grand to your salary if you take the dentistry classes to be able to identify dental records as well. It does in most states, not all of them. A lot of them come packaged like that, but in your contract, it does help if you do have the dental practice as well. You become a whole dentist and you put it under your wing. But they were talking about it was gonna cost me 100. I said, y'all damn lie. No, I'm not paying no $100,000 for no damn dentistry.
Listen, college is expensive. I just
No, no, no,
graduated
no, no.
college and I'm like, this is crazy, the amount of money racked up. So I'll be damned if I go to school and not fucking use this degree. I'm gonna use the degree, even if I don't want to hear about how did you felt. How does that make you feel? For those who don't know, I'm going into counseling. But yeah, I'll ask people all day, and how does that make you feel? How can we redirect that anger? Because I paid to ask the people the
Them
fucking
questions
question.
exactly. So when Heavenly said, it, I was like, oh, she crazy. So now I kind of have a different perspective of her now. Just kind of saying that you just want to throw away a degree that it probably took you years to accomplish.
It's giving you're
So
giving into his fucking misogynistic bullshit, and he don't want his
exactly,
woman to work because he don't want to do
exactly.
shit with the kids, but watch them grow and tell them happy birthday every once a year. He don't seem to be very involved. So
He doesn't. He doesn't seem attentive to me either. So I don't know. If it works for her, it works for her, y'all. But that was pretty much it. Like as I said, part three was just some bullshit. They just collected different parts of part one and part two and threw it up in here. The edit was wrong. I would have much rather have seen what happened between Doctor. Hey
I
Naya. Oh my goodness, I missed you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. I'm about to end the live in a minute, but I'm gonna cover a couple of base points. But y'all, this was, as I said, the worst
oh
part
damn.
three if I've ever had of any Bravo show because I would have much rather have seen the shit that happened with Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg and her going off. I would have much rather. I don't know why y'all try to protect her with that. I would have much rather have seen what else happened.
There's not really.
No, what else did she say we missed? Dr. Heavenly said we.
Oh, talking about Alicia cussing that man out,
I
the
wanted to
abuse
see
between
that.
Claude and Gregory, the argument with Heavenly and Sweet Tea's mama.
I
There's
wanted to
a
see that.
lot that they just did not show us. But Married to Medicine, they do this shit like a lot. For those who've been around since season one, y'all know the true fans. They always give us a really good season, usually, and then like an underwhelming reunion. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it, y'all. It
But
was.
Phaedra, you brought that light-skinned Negro up on our screens with the good beard. He is fine. Apollo is fine as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But you brought that light-skinned man up on my goddamn screen. I want to see next season your life. We didn't get to see shit, but the fact that your house is still nice and that your boys are smart and love their mama. we didn't really get to see much, and we only got one episode of that. You gonna have Apollo come to the reunion, make it make sense. I want to see your co-parenting, him picking them up from school. I want to know and hear about the drama with his wife, and if you talk to him about it, I want to know all of it. Don't just bring that man
And I want
around
to see you
for us
date
to look
Phaedra. I
at.
want to see you. I want to see the man you would actually pick.
We did see the man she's dating.
Ooh.
I think she and Apollo. I know people don't like to hear it, but I do think I don't think they're I don't think they sleeping together regularly, but I do think Apollo and Phaedra are doing stuff. And Phaedra gives me the type that will be like on the low. I'm still gonna fuck him because that's my baby daddy and my ex-husband.
She
So
don't necessarily give me that, but she does give me like she would do it out of like a vain reason. Like it wasn't
petty.
like
Because
like
allegedly his current wife, he was cheating on.
but I
They
don't feel like that's new. If we because we recapped Apollo looks too good not to spin that block occasionally.
thank you. I'm saying it's that it's the I don't know what it
He's not my
is.
type, but at the end of the
He's
day,
fine. He's usually not my type either, but that is a beautiful man.
yeah, he's not. Only when he smiles. When he doesn't smile, he looks like a pug. So that's why yeah, I can't really get with him because that's all I think about when I see him. He look, yeah, it looks depressing to me.
I agree with her comment. I think he know he fine too. And that's why men like Apollo, you got to watch out for. When a nigga
You
know he
do,
fine,
oh yeah, you do. Because when I tell you, he'll leave you broke, brag credit, and you wearing your old grandmama wig from 19. Shout out to Letitia from Bell Collect. She didn't glowed up, y'all. But when I tell y'all,
oh,
I
I
can't.
forgot. We did recap Bell Collective.
We
Y'all
sure
go catch
did.
a Bell Collective recap. They're up
Yes,
on his channel.
yes. Go watch Bell Collective because I tell you, that's somebody who had the glow up was Letitia. She used to season one used to wear her grandmama wigs from 1960. I promise you. Yes, so that's what happens when you get men like Apollo. They have you looking just like that after you done been and done with it. You act like, damn, this man done left me. I done put my life in park. Oh my damn, what am I doing? So yeah, that's what he gives. That's exactly what he gives. But other than that, nothing else really happened, y'all. This was realistically we had fun just clowning people this entire time because there's nothing that happened. They should the shit they could have shown, they decided not to.
I think it's
So
probably legal stuff. You got a bunch of doctors and a bunch of educated people. They know what to say and how to get out of certain things if they want
well,
to in
you shouldn't do it.
production.
You shouldn't do it where they catch no camera. That's all I'm gonna say. You shouldn't do it where they catch no camera. If you're gonna do some dirty, low down shit, don't do it on camera. Do that when on your off days. Don't listen. If you cussing out your wife, don't cuss her out in front of everybody. Cuss her out when it's the off day when the cameras ain't there and ain't got shit in your house.
I'll say
I'm
this
just saying.
too before you end your live. Toya and Eugene. If you come back for season 11, which I'm sure they will, and you are in another home, even if you are in another home and it's in the same neighborhood or on the same street, I'm going to drag them and I expect the whole cast to. They better not fucking move again. I'm tired. I can't keep up. I want y'all to find a house and stay in it and pay the tax lien that you got on the other house allegedly so that you can go back to the 3-story closet because the closet was magical. It just was. That's all.
I second that. I don't want Toya and Eugene storylines that they move into another house. Please, I don't care. That has been y'all storylines for 10 seasons. I don't want to see it no more.
She said reviews been better than the show lately.
Oh,
And Potomac, I agree.
thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that because I tried. Let me tell you, it is hard because they don't give you much to go with. But if y'all didn't catch my Real Housewives of Potomac video, we had a great time reading everybody. So y'all make sure y'all don't miss that. Catch the replay, Naya, because I know you haven't gotten to it yet. But you will definitely enjoy yourself because I did a little, nosy venture on somebody's website. You need to go check that out. So, yes. Other than that, y'all, that was Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion Part 3. I am glad I am done with this show. They didn't give me not a damn thing. Um, Overall, it was a horrible season. I'm going to keep it because I loved this show when it first got here. I was the one who watched season 1 and then I stopped watching and season 4 I came back when Contessa got here because y'all know Contessa was my favorite up until her last season. Then she became my least favorite. So, yes. Other than that, I can't wait to see what the next season. Do you think they will bring back Anila? I'm seeing her a lot lately
Probably.
on.
I feel like they will. I don't. I my if they bring back Anila, she needs to speak the fuck up because I think it's weird that you accuse somebody of setting you up for robbery and then make friends with them. That's weird.
Hmm.
That's really weird. Like, no matter how mad I am at somebody, like, listen, I'll call you. We can meet up, square up before I accuse you of doing something that's. I didn't care for Amila. I just didn't care for her. I do hope Bravo does something with another show, kind of like Shaws of Sunset, with different cultures. I like how they do that sometimes. I don't want Anila on it, but you know, that's fair.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I can't wait to see who made the cast, who made the cut, who didn't, and we'll
I
see what
kind of
happens
want
then.
Quad to come back though, just to
Oh, I know
make
Quad.
Sweet
Oh, I
Tea
know Quad's
uncomfortable.
coming back. Without question, the whole season was about Quad, so I know she's coming back. Contessa can come back. I want to see how she's been. Especially since the Buffy thing happened, I want to see her too. But at the same time, Contessa pissed me off her last season. Like Contessa pissed me off because just to kind of give you, I got a few minutes. Contessa pissed me off because Contessa, the way she came at Heavenly, if Contessa wasn't on Heavenly's YouTube channel talking the same shit that Heavenly was talking about the other women, then I would feel differently about Contessa and would agree with her that Heavenly was wrong. But I don't feel that way because one, Contessa was on Heavenly. She was on two. She was there twice. She talked about Mariah the first time, talked about Toya the second time. And then all of a sudden, you coming back the next season mad at Heavenly but friends with Toya. No, ma'am. Not at all. Sorry. I don't do that. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Especially because we all saw what kind of friend Heavenly was to Contessa when nobody else would fuck with her. So yes, I'm sorry. I can't deal with Contessa. I want to see her come back, but she got to come back correct. I want to see if she come back. She need to be. I need to see snot running down her nose and tears running down her eyes, begging for Heavenly's forgiveness. I need to see it. And I want Heavenly to read the fuck out of her and give her a hard ass time being her friend. That's what I want to see if Contessa comes back. Other than that, I ain't got nothing else for Contessa.
And not lying about what she said about thank you.
Right. All thing. Oh my God. Right. She act like we didn't see the 2 seasons prior to that of you accusing your husband of. She even said that shit on Heavenly's YouTube channel that he could be doing something. We've been together 16 years. She said some shit like that.
I
She
would
put her own
respect
shit up.
Contessa more if with the lying bullshit about her husband, if she would like handle her marriage like Heavenly does. Listen, either be open like Simone, Cecil, Jackie, and Curtis to where we gonna see your problems, hear them out, or just don't
Don't
say
say
shit.
nothing. Yep.
That
You
man
said
is
it.
God to you. Listen, I know
Yeah.
Damon gets on her nerves sometimes. I know
Oh
she in that
yeah.
house cussing him out over not cleaning out the chicken grease, but I guarantee you she'll never say that publicly. And I'm kind of the same way. There's been times I do work with my husband as well online. There's been times I've been irritated with him or in the middle of an actual argument, got to go live. And don't nobody need to know. That's between us. So Contessa's that's like a rookie mistake. Talk shit about your spouse, then you mad at everybody else for commenting on what you told us.
Right.
It's like then
That
don't
you put
tell
out
us.
there yourself. Like that's crazy. That was crazy as hell to me. I was like, ma'am, don't you ever do this shit again. But yeah, but that's all. Like, so if Contessa does come back, that's how I need her to come back. I'm just saying I would not accept anything less because I'm a reader every time I see her on TV. Because I tell people all the time, her and Heavenly were my favorite friendship out of all of them because they were so opposite, but they worked. Like the way they would have conversations and the shit that, and the way Contessa had Heavenly's back, especially that first reunion, her first reunion, when Mariah was trying to fight her, Contessa said, "You ain't gonna touch her." And I said, "See, that's the friend right there. See, and that's what made me fall in love with their friendship was that right there." So the fact that she turned her back on Heavenly like that, hey, Zeta, we have not seen you in a while. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I appreciate you joining us. I'm about to end the live, love, but make sure you come back tomorrow on Mrs. Best channel. You guys, make sure you subscribe to Mrs. Best channel. Oh, I love it. We're going to be on her channel tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta and Miami. I don't know what time, but make sure you guys are subscribed to her. Her channel's in my 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. So her information is in my description box. So we are going to go in because I just watched it and I need to watch it
Yeah,
again.
apologies in advance, y'all. I try to behave on my first channel because I love and respect James. But I have a filthy fucking mouth, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is and Miami. They're just
Oh, we going in. Especially this last episode, we are going in. Y'all not gonna want to miss this. So, all things dream, I appreciate you joining us. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope
It
we see you
was.
tomorrow as well, Naya. I know I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Zeta, once again, thank you for gracing us with your presence. I've missed you. Thank you so much for coming. Such a great surprise to see you. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, y'all not gonna want to miss this. Um, yes, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much. But oh, thank you. We appreciate the replay game. Yes, yes, yes. All right, you guys. Thank you guys once again for coming on my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell friends. I am trying to build this, y'all. This YouTube stuff is hard, y'all.
It
Losing
is.
subscribers, gaining them, it is hard to watch that. But I am trying with my best, and we're gonna see how this goes. I'm not giving up, y'all. I know I'm gonna make partnership. I know what's coming.
You
Thank you
are.
guys. See you guys soon. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.